Hello friends, I am going to start MCQ of CMA Final SFM. We have already completed up to question number 24. Now I am going to solve from question number 25. Please look the questions here. Please read the questions. The intercept of the security market line on the y-axis. Look at it. This is your y-axis. This is your x-axis. Okay. Here is one point, that is a risk-free rate of return. Risk-free rate of return. At this point, from this point, this line is drawn. And this line is said to be the security market line. The security market line security market line intercept y-axis at risk-free rate of return. At a risk-free rate of return, because of we represent expected return of the security market line above than risk-free rate of return. Okay, that's why. What is the question? The intercept of the security market line on y-axis. On y-axis, at what point security market line intercept? The risk-free rate of return, zero risk-free rate of return. At this point, intercepts. The answer of this is the risk-free rate of return. That is the part D is your answer. Okay. हाँ जी, अब चलिए हम नेक्स्ट लुक एट क्वेश्चन नंबर 26. A mutual fund wants to be hedge its position of shares worth rupees 10 crore using Nifty index futures. The contract size is 100 times the index. The index is currently quoted at 6840. The beta of the portfolio is 0.8. The beta of the index is taken as what is the number of contract to be traded. Number of contract. For this, number of contract is calculated as, please read this. Number of future contract required to hedge. Number of future contract for hedge. Look at it. Value of portfolio into beta of portfolio. Value of one contract into beta of index. Look at it. This is a 10 crore into beta of this is 0.8. Portfolio beta is 0.8. This is 0.8. Value of one contract, index value of one index value is 6840. 6840. In one contract, 100 units is considered. That is the by 100. Beta of this is 1. Beta of market is 1. After dividing, you will get the answer. The value is 116.959. That is 117 contract. 117 contract. For this, answer will be B part. Answer will be B part. 117 contract. Okay. Now, please look the question number 27. Question number 27. A call option to a strike price to 200 is selling at a premium of rupees 24. Exercise price 200. Premium rupees 24. At what price of the maturity market will break even to the buyer for the option? Break even point. Break even market price of call. Break even market price of call. What will be the break even market? Exercise price plus premium. Exercise price plus premium. If the market price is 200 plus 24, in this case 224 will be the market price. Look at it. Market price 224, exercise price 200, gross profit that is 24, premium paid minus 24, net gain 24 minus 24, that is 0. 24 minus 24, this is 0. Okay, now 24 minus 24, this is 0. So that's why call option in this case 224. This is a part C is the answer. 27 number questions, part C is the answer. Part C. Okay. Now look at question number 28. A safety mutual fund had a net assets value 20 at the beginning. Net assets value at beginning rupees 20 of the month. Made income and capital gain distribution 0.06 and 0.8. Income that is assumed to be dividend rupees 0.06. Capital gain distribution that is 0.04 respectively per unit during the month, and the end month the net asset value is this. Net assets value at the end of the period is rupees 20.25. Now the question, the monthly return is asking here. Monthly return percentage. Net assets value this minus net asset value this plus dividend plus capital gain distribution whole divided by net assets value 0. Now 20.25 minus 20 plus dividend. Dividend is 0.06 plus 0.04 whole divided by 20 into 100, whole divided by 20 into 100, and the answer will be 1.75%. 1.75%. Here this is the 1.75%. Answer is B part for this. Answer is B part for 28. 28. Now please read the question number 29 here. Question number 29. 29. Please look at it. Mr. Ravi is planning to purchase the share of X Limited, which had paid a dividend rupees 2. Paid dividend. This is D0. Rupees 2 per share last year. Dividends are growing at the rate of 10%. Dividends are growing at the rate of 10%. Growth rate of this is 10%. What is the price would Mr. Ravi be willing to pay for X shares if you expect the rate of return 20%? KE is 20%. Here price P0 equal to D1 KE minus D as per constant growth method. D1 required to calculate in this case D0 1 plus G. that is 2 1 plus 0.10 rupees 2.20. Then price will be 2.20. Cost of equity, this is a 20% minus 0.10, that is 2.20, 0.10 rupees 22, rupees 22. This is your answer. Okay, this is your answer, rupees 22. The first part, A part is your answer. A is your answer. Question number 29. A part is your answer. Okay, please look at question number 30. 30 number questions. A spot price of security X Limited is rupees 160. A spot price rupees 160, and no dividend and no carrying cost is computed theoretical forward price for 1 month. You may assume the risk-free rate of 9%. Maturity period is 1 month, and fair future price you have to calculate. Risk-free rate of interest your 9%. Look at here. A spot price is 160. 1 month. Fair future price you have to calculate. Fair future price equal to S0 into e to the power RT. S0 is 160. Rate of interest 0.09. 1 by 12. 1 month, that is 160 into e to the power 0.0075. This is the value of 1 days. 160 into 1.0075 into 28. Ultimate after multiplying will get 161.20. 161.20. 161.20. This is C part, is your answer. C part. सी पार्ट आपका आंसर हो जाएगा. ठीक है, अब देखिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 31. लुक एट क्वेश्चन नंबर 31. 31. It is given that rupees per pound is this and rupees per dollar is this. What would be dollar per pound is quoted? Look at it. Rupees per pound. Here, rupees per pound is 94.30, 95.20. This is the first. Rupees for dollar is 66.25, 66.45. You have to calculate dollar per pound. Dollar per pound. You have to eliminate rupees. From second you can write from second. Dollar per rupee is 1 upon 66.45. 1 upon 66.25. This is the thought. Now, from first and third, what can you write? Rupee per pound, dollar per rupee equal to dollar per pound each. 94.30 divided by 66.45, 95.20 divided by 66.25. This is a multiplying. Here it is a cross multiply, and this is a multiplying from first and this. And you will have dollar per pound is 1 point, dollar per pound is 1.419, 1.4369, 1.4369. That is dollar per pound is 1.42, 1.42, 1.47, 1.44, 1.4. This is your answer. 1.42, 1.44. This is your answer. Okay. The part, which one? 4244. This is the part A. Part A is your answer. Part A. Part A is answer. Okay. Okay. Now please look the question number 32 here. 32. When are call option and put option said to be in the money in the future market? In the futures market. Look at it. If exercise price of call a rupees 200 and market price call is 220, 225, 260. In these all cases, the option is said to be the in the money, in the money, in the money. Why? Because of, if you exercise the call option, you will have profit. So when there is a profit during exercise the call option, then it is said to be the in the money. In the case of put option, exercise price of put 200, market price is down 180, 150, 120. In this case, this is said to be the put option, in the money of put option. Why? During exercising the put option, you will have profits. Here, your gross profit is 20. Here, your gross profit is 25. Here, your gross profit is 60. In this case, even if market price is 180, you have right to sell 200. That's why gross profit is a 20 in this case. In this case, gross profit is 50. In this case, gross profit is your 80. Okay. In the case of call option, if market price is higher, then it is said to be in the money. In the case of put option, market price is lower. In that case, it is said to be the in the money. It means the option is said to be in the money when in the money if there is a profit after exercising the option. Okay. Now 31 number questions. Look at it. 31, 32 number. So look at it. In the option when a strike price above the price under future call option is in the money. In call option when a strike price is above price, this is zero. In call option when a strike price is below, exercise price is below the price of underlying futures, call is said to be in the money. It is correct. In the put, when a strike price is above the price of this, exercise price is above this is correct. Then B part is the correct answer. B part is your correct answer. None of the above. B part is the correct answer. Okay. Now question number 33. Please read the question number 33 here. A firm has an equity beta 1.40, beta equity 1.40, currently financed by 25% debt and 75% equity. 25% debt and 75% equity. What will be the company equity beta if the company changes its financing policy? 33% debt and 67% equity. Now, you have to calculate beta assets as per existing debt equity ratio, and corporate tax is at 35%, debt beta is 0. And beta asset does not change even if capital structure change, debt equity ratio change. After changing debt equity ratio, putting same beta assets, you can find the beta equity. Now, what is the formula of beta assets? Beta assets equal to beta equity, value of equity, plus value of debt 1 minus tax rate. This is the formula. Beta assets is here. Beta assets. What is the beta assets? Equity beta is this. Beta assets. Beta assets is, you have to calculate beta assets 1.40. This value of equity 70, finance 25% debt, 75% equity. This is 75%, 0.75, 0.25, 1 minus tax rate 35%, 0.35. This. After calculating this, 1.507 assets. Okay. Now, beta assets 1.507. Now, you apply this here. Beta equity you have calculate now, and debt equity ratio change. Equity is 67 and debt is 33. The value of equity is 0.67. Value of equity is 0.67. Value of this 1 minus 0.35. Okay. Now beta assets here 1 point beta assets. This is 1.507 into 0.8845 whole divided by 0.67. Your answer will be 0.6, 1.52. 1.52. So here D part is your answer. 1.52. That is the D part. D part is your answer. Okay. Now look at question number 34 here. 34 more questions. XYZ Limited uniform income, that is current 4 years business cycle. It has a earning per share rupees 20, per share rupees 100 over the business cycle. Find out the cost of equity capital if the market price is this. The EPS is given here 20, market price per share rupees 175. Then what will be the cost of equity in this case? In this case, earning per share divided by market price per share into 100. This is 20 divided by 175 into 100. 20 divided by 175 into 100. This is 11.428. 428. That is 11.43%. 11.43%. Okay. 11.43%. Now question number 35 here. 35. Following information is available regarding a mutual fund. Look at it. Return 13%, a standard deviation 16, beta is this, risk-free rate of return 10%, calculate Sharpe ratio. Sharpe ratio represent return of portfolio minus risk-free return on the basis of a standard deviation of portfolio. Premium over a standard deviation, that is said to be the Sharpe ratio. Premium over a standard deviation is calculated by the Sharpe ratio. Premium over a standard deviation. Look at it. Here, the return is 13%. This is the 13 minus risk-free rate of return. You have a 10%. This is a 10%. A standard deviation. A standard deviation is 16. Here is 16. In the case of trainer ratio, trainer RP, RF, beta of the portfolio. 13 minus 10, beta 0.9. So what will be here? 0.19. 0.19. 0.19 is the C part. C is your answer. Okay? Please look at question number 39 here. Question number 36. 36 number questions. Look at it. A project had a equity beta 1.3. Going to finance by combinations of 30% debt, 70% equity. Assuming debt beta is 0, calculate the project beta and a return on the project taking risk-free rate of return 10%. This is a risk-free return. And return on the market portfolio, this is 18%. The beta assets, beta equity, value of equity, value of equity, value of debt 1 minus tax rate plus value of equity, value of debt 1 minus tax rate, beta this, beta debt that is 0. Here beta equity is given in the questions 1.3. Equity is 0.7, that is 0.7 plus 0.30, 1 minus 0. Tax rate. Tax rate is 36 number question. Tax rate is not given here. 0.19. 0.19. Now, expected return as per CAPM, risk-free rate on beta, RA minus RF. What is the risk-free rate of return in this case? Risk-free 1.19. 91. This is a 91. 0.91. Risk-free return 10% plus 0.91. 18% minus 10%. The whole answer is your 17.28%. 17.28%. This is the B part of your answer. B part is your answer. Okay? B is your answer. Okay, we have completed up to 36. Okay, thank you class.